In some of our videos where we bent aluminum panels to create free-form shapes like the ones you may have seen, the star, triangle, this is a square example, and also this really funky shape. If you've seen some of those videos, or if you've just seen me make a U-box or U-housing from the U-housing script, you know that we bend aluminum panels by cutting a cavity with an angle, or what is it called, a bevel, so that you can bend the panel around a very thin remaining amount of aluminum. That is typically like 0.5 millimeters, half a millimeter aluminum remaining. So to create these scripts and make sure everything fits well together, we have some theory of how this is working. Okay, so it's not rocket science, but still, if you want to know what are the assumptions of bending aluminum panels so that the dimensions will fit, this is the video where I'll try to explain it. This is kind of found by experience, by doing it and measuring and figuring out how it actually works in real life. But I think there's also some scientific truth to how this is working. We have a panel here, okay, and okay, we have two parallel lines there, and I'll see if I can erase a little here in the middle. Okay, that was a bit more than I wanted. Just a sec. Okay, I think this is nice. Okay, maybe a bit more. And then we have this 45-degree angle. Then on the top there's a slight slot there. Like that. Okay, so this is in the typical case 45 degrees. 45 degrees. And the width of this is 1 millimeter. And what you have there is 0.5 millimeter of metal. So around this cavity with the bevel, we bent the panel in the case where we bend it together in this direction. And the assumption that we make, and which is grounded in my experience, is that we have a point, a radius or center point for the bend, which is located 0.4 millimeter from the outer surface of the panel. It may also be 0.5. I have also, in some cases, had 0.6 measured as the right distance. In fact, you may argue that this point where it's bending around might be in the bottom of this cavity, the cavity right here. Let me just zoom in a little bit. You may argue that it is right on the edge of this cavity. And I think it's difficult to say because Shefa has a tolerance when they mill these panels. So it's like 0.1 millimeter. So if a cavity comes from Shefa as half a millimeter left or 0.4 millimeter left material or 0.6 millimeter left material, it's hard to say. But generally, this the 0.4 millimeter is the assumption that I'm using in my scripts. So what is exactly the reason for this assumption? Okay, let me show you what happens when we bend the panel. So I'll have to do this as a freehand drawing then. Okay, so we have the same, I'm going to choose the red color again. Okay, I have the same panel. And then this is the point where it bends, like that. And then it will look like this. And you may also be able to see this on my videos. You can see that this is in fact how it usually looks. Okay, so the center of the bend is there. And actually what happens is that the metal is stretched around the upper surface. You can actually see it if you look closely at the bench here. The metal is stretching so that on an anodized panel like this, you are in fact destroying the surface because you're pulling it apart. And if you look closely, you can see the raw aluminum underneath. However, my feeling is when I look at these panels, I've made many panels in various colors. It's not a big deal. It's not something that you notice and which kind of spoils the day. But that will be up to you to decide, of course. You'll have to try yourself. But I'm just telling you that actually, because we are bending around the green point on this drawing, we are pulling the material apart on the upper surface. So it actually means that when the scripts we made at Skarhøj calculates the width of a box or a U-box, for instance, or in this case, yeah, I just pick the U-box here. When it calculates the width of this box, it will the distance between the center of the cavities will have to take into account that from here and to this edge, we have 0.4 millimeters radius on this side and also on the other side. So actually, if you look at the Sheaffer files for this box, and this box is, 60 millimeters wide. So you will see that the distance between the cavities for bending will be 60 minus 2 times 0.4 millimeters equals 59.80 millimeters. So that's basically the assumptions, and there's a parameter inside the script. So if you find that for some reason the bending are always too tight, it seems like your U-boxes, for instance, they are, when you bend the panels, they are always smaller or larger than the width you wanted, probably you need to adjust this parameter. Okay, so let's take a look at where that is implemented in the script and confirm that what I just stated about this U-box is actually true in terms of the distance between the cavities in the box. We're back in Front Panel Designer now, and I pulled up the panel that is forming the top of this box. It turned out that it was not 60 millimeters wide, it's actually 80, but that doesn't matter. What you remember from my drawing is that from the 60 millimeter, we want the box to be wide. We needed to subtract 0.4 millimeters in each side for the cavity, for the bending radius. So the two cavities here and here on the panel should be 0.8 millimeters less apart than the width of the box, the 80 millimeters. So let's see if that's the case. To determine that, I usually I set an origin of the coordinate system on the center of one of the panels. If you'll excuse me, I'll just change the color of the panel from red to something more contrastful. So here on the black panel, you can see if I select the center point of this cavity, it will place the origin of the coordinate system there, and all I need to do is to select this cavity up here, and you'll see that the y coordinate of this cavity is 79.2 millimeters, so it corresponds with my claim. And this comes from the parameter in the script. This was created by the U-housing script. So if you open the script and you scroll down, be far beyond the user section, basically, you see here we have various computations and initializations and constants. And the bend compensation is set to 0.4. It's the assumed bending radius for a so-called forward bend. A forward bend is when I bend the panel like we do for U-boxes. If you open the free-form profile housing script, you find a similar parameter, both for the forward bend but also the backwards bend. So if I scroll down, see if I can find it. Yeah, there we go. Constant. We have something called a forward bend radius and also a backward bend radius. The backward bend radius is 0.25. And the description is the assumed bending radius for forward bends. As you can see that I noted down that recently I actually changed this parameter from 0.6 to 0.45 because I found that fitted better with the reality of the many tests that I've been doing. But this setting is the one I've been using for all these panels, and it seems to work pretty well in most cases. As I also mentioned when I did the drawing, one of the variable issues is that the tolerances from Shefa is only guaranteed within plus minus 0.1 millimeters. So even though you want to tweak these parameters, it might also depend on which CNC machine they use to mill the panel and the tolerance of that particular day or setup. Yeah. So that was the theory behind bending front panels after the concept I've explained here with the beveled cavity, and which is used in the freeform housing profile script as well as the U-housing script. A final note about if you want to bend panels the opposite way of what is the case for U-boxes and everything else. Sometimes you may want to do that. For instance, if you look at the star shape here, all the spikes on the star, they are of course bent after this principle, but all the valleys here, they are bent the opposite way. And when you have that scenario, a panel will look like this. And I'll just make it. Oh, wait a sec. I actually didn't need that. Okay, so normally, and now I'm just showing you, normally we have this sort of cavity when we are bending the panel like that, but now we are bending the other way, so we don't need a cavity like that. Actually, all we need is we need a cavity which is just the 1 millimeter cavity like that. There's still 0.5 millimeter material left here, but the assumption that the script makes is that we are bending basically on the surface of the panel. So effectively how this will look when you finally bend the panel is something like this. And where the bending point is right there. That's what happens when you bend the other way. And the stretching of the metal, of course, will happen right here. This is where it's pulled apart. But generally, the assumption is something like that it will be exactly on the surface of the panel. But that's also a parameter you can adjust in the scripts.